Hello everybody out there on YouTube, and today we are doing a little review on my trip from the RoundHouse Train Show. So this video is gonna be about all the things that are over at the B&O, which was actually a train show that I just got back from yesterday. So yeah, and this is the first shot of the entire video. And as you can see, there's basically that was a horse with a car with it on it. Yeah, and the reason why I'm not really moving is because my dad wanted to first take a picture of it, but one note was that I was filming, so yeah. So, and now here is the table with the Bachman train stuff, especially the Thomas and Friends play tape that they made a few years ago, which is pretty cool. And also I did get a Bachman Trains catalog as well, so yeah. And if you can see right there, there's the Lionel remote control Thomas and Friends set, and on top of it is a car pack. And there's my dad, of course, trying to get a picture of me while I'm filming. So yeah, and there's a Lionel engine there. I have no idea what that is. A Lionel Thomas set is pretty cool. I wish I could have bought it, but I already have a Lionel Thomas and I don't have that much money to buy. Then we go over to this here table with these here tables that with a lot of Bachman, Thomas and Friends stuff. Well, some of the tables don't. And if you notice, and that's where and if you notice, all the packaging, Bachman, Thomas and Friends packaging is blue, and the table is blue, so I think it's really cool that it actually the blue packaging matches with the table. So yeah, and all that stuff is really cool. And I did get something from it. I got Bill, of course, which if you guys didn't see my review on the Bachman Bill, then we got some of the narrow gauge stuff such as Scarloey, Rheneas, those box cars, and those little slate cars, I think that's what they're called, as well as a lot of other engage stuff, which the guy who was working at those tables said that engage is not actually for little kids. It's too small for them. They might even choke on them if they eat it, if they actually eat it, and they could actually break it a little bit. Yeah. And then there's the Percy G scale set. Very cool. And I hope that there are more Bachman, Thomas and Friends sets in the future. So yeah. So yeah. not much. Then there's the car with a statue of Abraham Lincoln on it, which I think I remember there was one time where there is an anniversary for Abraham Lincoln. Oh, okay, I'm back. And then if you can see over there, there is a big stand of train documentaries, and they are really cool. I especially love them. I didn't get any of those, unfortunately. I only had enough money to buy Bill. So yeah. But they were really cool. I wish I could have bought them. And I tried getting Toad as well. Toad the brake fan for Bachman Oliver, but I didn't have enough money to buy him, so yeah. And then I tried seeing if they actually had Gordon over there, but they unfortunately did not have Gordon, so yeah. And now we will move on to more stuff. And there was a few little kids there, so yeah. This stuff is really cool. Cool. It's awesome. What else was I gonna say? Yeah. And there's of course Bill, which I got, of course. Then there is a few those new cars. And of course my dad, and then my dad walks off to go see, and I walk off to go see some of the DVDs or something. And those DVDs are actually cool. I mean, I wish I could have bought one of those, but they were really cool. And there's also all that other stuff in the back, on the other side of those tables. And all that Bachman Thomas stuff is from it's the Star Hobby Train Store. And if you guys don't know where that is, it's up at Annapolis, I think. Yeah. And it is a pretty good store, and they sell a lot of old Thomas and Friends stuff. So it was pretty cool. And Friends stuff, and new Thomas and Friends stuff, and a lot of regular train stuff. And there's the table, which is of all the tables of all the DVDs that were being sold, and it's pretty cool. And there's the car, and beside it is the Abraham Lincoln statue. And those are all the DVDs or documentaries of the trains, and they're pretty cool. I didn't get any of those, oh yeah, but they were the coolest DVDs ever made, and I really And there's also the Strasbourg Railway, which sooner or later I might actually go to that type of railway. I don't know when. But one thing that I know for sure is that my Nana actually lives up in Pennsylvania, which is where the Strasbourg Railway is. So cool. And there's, of course, all the DVDs. And if you notice the train, the video playing on the TV, and there's all the engines who are not in or out of service right now, sadly. Then we got a lot of stands with some old and new Lionel train stuff that they have as well, and there's a lot of those engaged stuff, which I wish they'd have some of those Thomas and Friends Tomix engaged trains. That would be pretty cool. So now I'm just gonna take a break from recording on my microphone, and yeah. And there's MNP Inc., where they actually make model train cars that are cleaning cars. So yeah.
Has anyone seen the mice? Until and I need
Oh, sure is. That's the same one you have, right?
How about we can get that one?
No, we don't need to get that one. We already have one.
No, but I can get that, Thomas.
No, you're not getting that.
there's two.
Hey, Mitch. Right. They take good care of these trains.
We're not going to get any of these types of trains yet. These are bigger than these types of trains.
All it says is collect them all. Okay. Yeah. Fine, this one.
Big Percy. He is a big Percy.
What is that thing?
What? just here because we have it.
You want to get it?
Yeah.
You say you went to the bathroom. Let's just leave it here for now. And then sure. Be right there when we come back, okay?
Okay.
Maybe record all those things over there.
Oh, right.
Maybe you should zoom in on it a little bit.
After my dad got back from the bathroom, I decided to just take a break and go outside. Before we went outside, we saw this here N-gauge layout that they had, which was pretty cool. A little N-gauge layout, or I think I remember that might have been it just get layout. I don't know. And then there's this huge Lego layout, and they also had a ton of bags with Legos in them, as well as Lego minifigures. And there's also a few train whistles, which are pretty cool, awesome, and big bins of Legos that they were selling. Well, not the bins, just the Lego bricks. Soon we, of course, walk outside. And then go see the G-Scale Railroad. Model Train Railroad. And also that I think it was Mark's train over there. There we go. No, darn it. Run it, SpongeBob. Sorry. Yep, there it is. The G-Scale model railway. And it's pretty cool. Unfortunately, they did not have the trains running today, probably due to maintenance. So yeah, and there's a little Thomas over there, which seen better days, which has been sitting out in the sun for too long. And there's my brother that was just my brother trying to turn them on, but it didn't work. Although I could see a few trains that were still on the tracks.
I don't remember that cable car. I think that's all new. Are you done, or do you want to look around some more?
I'll look around some more.
Okay, where you want to
At that layout, the car with the No, not in the. I mean the car that has the layouts in it.
Oh, okay, yeah, let's go there. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Wait. Soon after that I decided we should just go inside the model train car, which is actually located next to the shed over there. And the model train car is basically an old passenger car that has been there for many years. Eventually, they just now use it as, I think it was a diner car at first, yeah, probably. But then after that, they decided to just, turn it into a model train car. And so yeah. And when I got up there, I found out there was this black diesel engine over there, which you would actually be able to go into. There was also a boost and and there was also a sign for the model train car, and there was also that thing. It was the the theater car, of course. And my dad wanted to go into the car, but I wanted to go into this place right in here. So before I went in, I just waited for Dad while he went into the car for a little bit, and then he came back. And here we are, the model railway car. This basically shows a lot of model trains and there, if you can see back there, there is of course Thomas back there with a few cars. He wasn't running today, so yeah. Then there's a diesel pulling a slow freight train. There was also a few ships who were transferring cargo. Then there was another diesel, which I do remember that I actually have that diesel. Then there's that is a crane that actually lifted a piece of cargo onto a truck very slowly. There were also a few engine parts that were from old model trains, but they just used that for set dressing. So yeah. And there it is. There is more boats with cargo on it. And then there's Big Boy. Hello, not the menu. Yeah, I'm not good at doing the big boy voice. There are also a lot of there's also a pumpkin patch over there. There's also a farm, of course. Then we got, there was also, and the countryside where the diesels were. And this is pretty cool. If you ever want to go to this train, this type of railroad museum, just go look it up.
You want to come over here? William, look, there's a crate. Come on. And you can watch it from here, look.
Are you picking me up?
Amy, I told you my shoulder is messed up, okay? So you can see everything from where you are right now. Yeah, look at the barn.
Mommy, can you pick me up?
No.
They're going to work on them in the spirit house. I think this is the train shop. They fix the trains up.
You ready?
Oh, that's super cool. Oh, dude, look at all the controls. Look at the model train.
Yeah, the model train.
Careful. Come here, William. How cool was that?
Oh, Nurse Nancy down here. She's right here. Isn't that amazing? Yep.
Yeah, yes. After the model train car, me, Dad, and Jonah wanted to go into the diesel car, the diesel engine. Which you could actually go inside of it. And it is pretty cool. And when you're inside, do not touch any of the controls, because I believe that is dangerous if you touch the controls. So yeah. So, and then there are two little kids getting off, and then that guy goes into that, and so does that guy. Before we went in there, I just took a little peek at what was inside there, and that was the first time I actually went inside of a diesel engine, because I've only been inside of the steam engines in the RoundHouse. There's a big light, and my dad made a Polar Express joke about it. And I just waited waited for the those two to get off, and then I went inside, and it was pretty cool actually. And my dad talked me through all the things that I have to know about this train, and I even saw out the window, and there was this here bell, and a big horn, or a horn there, and this is pretty cool. And my dad asked me what would it be like if it would work to go down the tracks. And there's the water injector. That is where they store all the water for them to drink out of. And then they press on that button. So yeah.
Could you imagine going down a track for miles and miles and miles and miles and miles?
Finally, we went back inside and took one last look, and the last thing we saw was this here big N-gauge layout, which was pretty cool. And there was a little farm down there, a few N-gauge engines going by. I conclude that this whole train show gets a 10 out of 10, 10% rating. And if you ever, and kids, if you ever want to go to this train show, please look it up. You can go to the website where they have everything you need to know about it. So thank you for watching, and goodbye.